Welcome to TFD. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel. Don't play with it. The Indiana Fever really know how to raise your blood pressure, don't they? Man, what are we doing? That game had no business being that close. We came out blazing. We couldn't miss. I mean, we were hitting everything. We started the game on like a 9 or 10 shot streak. Jumped out to a 23-point lead. And then they let Dallas creep all the way back and even take the lead in the second half. I was about to call the doctor. I felt my chest tightening. Coach Stephanie White, you better be counting your blessings tonight because Kelsey Mitchell straight up saved the day. Yes, ma'am. Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, you came through in the clutch. What a night from Kelsey. 11 for 17 shooting, 4 for 6 from deep, 32 points and 7 assists. Kelsey, you were hoping like your life depended on it. Every time Dallas started closing that gap, Kelsey answered with a dagger. That's what we need. One of your big three stepping up in those pressure moments. And you didn't fold. You didn't hide. You delivered in the fourth quarter when it mattered most. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell for a stone-cold performance. Now imagine this version of Kelsey after the Olympic break. Paired with Caitlin Clark back in the lineup? Phew, good luck guarding that. Big win tonight. Fever edge out Dallas 94-86. Man, oh man, what a showdown we just witnessed tonight. This game had everything. Drama, momentum swings, clutch moments, you name it. And I'm not going to lie to you, the Indiana Fever almost let this one slip like 2 or 3 different times. Twitter was in full meltdown mode, bro. People were already typing up the Fever fold again threads, and I can't even blame them because for a second, it was looking real rough. Now, let's be real. The Fever came out swinging. They had the Dallas Wings down by almost 25 in the second quarter. Like it was looking like a full-on blowout. I'm talking clear the bench type of energy. But man, they let Dallas right back in it. Whole lead evaporated like steam on a hot skillet. But credit where it's due. Indiana held on when it mattered most. And now, they're heading back to Indy with the W in their pocket. But before we even get into that Fever box score, we gotta talk about Paige Bueckers. Bro, Paige had this one circled in red marker, stars around it, bold font, all caps. She came out like this game was personal, and the Fever were just standing in her way. Straight up unleashed fury on him. I mean, Paige was cooking. She had defenders spinning like tops, bruh. She went for 27 in 36 minutes. Added 4 dimes, and even grabbed a board. She hit a buzzer beater in Aliyah Boston's face, man. She gave Natasha Howard some work too. But don't sleep on Tasha, cause she turned up late and helped seal that fourth quarter. But hold up, we ain't done. Eric Ogunbowl started getting real loose with it too. She dropped 15, smooth and steady. Then Aliyah James added 14 off the bench. The Wings weren't trying to go down easy, not one bit. So yeah, this one had it all. Wild runs, clutch shots, near-collapse moments, and big-time players making big-time plays. Let's break down the full stats and talk about what this win means for the Fever heading into their next matchup. Man, Aliyah Boston once again proving exactly why she's her. Dropped 21 points, grabbed 6 boards, and made it look too easy out there. I've been saying it. Ain't nobody on that Dallas Wings roster that can hang with Aliyah in the paint. Nobody. I try to tell y'all. Now listen, the Wings are banged up. Injuries all over the place. But let's keep it real. Even when they're fully healthy, they don't have the bigs to match up with a force like Aliyah Boston. She's on another level, man. And can we talk about Natasha Smith for a second? I'm so glad she's no longer with the Fever, bro. Like, respectfully, she's just not it. Tonight she had 7 points, 10 rebounds, and still managed to look invisible out there. I'm being real. She's not moving the needle. She's just out there taking up space. It's night and day when you look at what Aliyah brings versus what Natasha gave us before. One is dominating and commanding double teams. The other, just floating around. No impact. No presence. Nothing. So yeah, I'm standing on what I said. Aliyah Boston owns that paint, and Dallas had no answer for her tonight. None whatsoever. But yo, give credit where it's due. The Fever held it down when it mattered most. They kept it together in crunch time, and Natasha Howard? Man, she came through clutch. Big-time double-double action with 15 points and 13 boards. She was battling down low all night, and when it got tense, she delivered plain and simple. And once again, the anchor in the paint, Aliyah Boston, she was cooking. Dropped 21 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and dished out 3 assists like it was light work. She just continues to be that steady presence every single night. Now, let's talk about Kelsey Mitchell. Cause Kelsey gone Kelsey. You already know what time it is. 32 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. That's just straight up elite. She was on fire tonight. Just putting people in a blender, bro. I'm happy about that. Ari McDonald, Stephanie White, you did one thing right today. You started Ari McDonald. Like we said, you need to do Ari McDonald. But listen, I need somebody in the building to go ahead and crown Ari McDonald with MVP of the team right now. I know Caitlin Clark's been out, but bro, Ari stepped in and showed out. Ever since she came back on that hardship contract, it's like she's got something to prove every single time she steps on the court. Buckets on buckets. They have to find a way to get Ari and Caitlin on the floor together. I don't care what it takes. Stagger the rotation, switch the sets, run double point. Do whatever you gotta do because Ari McDonald is a certified bucket. She creates her own shot. She's fearless. And that speed? Untouchable. And yo, shout out to the fans too. 20,000 deep in the building tonight in Dallas. Packed house. Completely sold out. You could feel the energy through the screen, bro. That atmosphere was electric from tip-off to the final whistle. This one was a statement win for the Fever. Players stepping up, fans showing out, and momentum building. Let's break down what this performance really means for Indiana heading into the next stretch. I'm going to be real with y'all. I love the energy Mikayla Timpson brings to the floor. She's athletic, she's active, and she gives you that spark that doesn't always show up in the box score. We need to keep feeding her minutes, man. I need to see more of Mikayla in that rotation. Now, Lexi Hull, she ain't give us much on the offensive end tonight. Let's call it what it is. But defensively, she had her hands full chasing everybody. Paige Bueckers, Eric Ogunbowl. Lexi was out there doing cardio for the whole squad. And sometimes that effort alone can swing a game. She did her job, and that helped secure this win. Sophie Cunningham came in off the bench. 5 points for boards, hit a big-time 3. Only took 2 shots, but made it count. That's all you can ask for in a supporting role like that. Just come in, stay ready, and contribute. And now, Natasha Howard. I gotta give her flowers tonight, man. I don't always love her starting, and I definitely don't want her getting more minutes than Sophie. But against her former squad tonight, she showed out. 15 points, 13 rebounds, for assists, 3 steals. Might be her best performance yet in a Fever jersey. She was everywhere. But here's what I don't like. We can't hold a lead to save our lives. It's every single game, man. We were up 23 points. 23. And still managed to trail later on. That's unacceptable. That's a mental lapse. There's no reason we should constantly be blowing double-digit leads like it's routine. Thankfully, we got Kelsey Mitchell. She bailed us out. Again, when things got tight, she stepped up and closed it down. That's what stars do. But it shouldn't always come down to Kelsey needing to play hero ball. Still, this was a solid team win. Everyone chipped in, and when it counted most, they found a way to close it out. Let's hope they clean up those blown lead issues, though, because one day it's going to come back to bite. They got it done, man. When it mattered most, late in that fourth, they locked in and pulled it out. I got to give props where it's due. She stepped up, made the right plays, and they ran a solid game plan to finally cool Paige off just enough. They patched up the bleeding, got some breathing room, and pulled out that game winner. So I'm giving credit, but let's keep it real. She be looking shaky sometimes, bro. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm just calling it like I see it. She got it done tonight, but it got a little spooky before it did. And of course, Paige Bueckers, she's going to dominate the headlines. That girl made WNBA history tonight. First ever to drop 25 points, 5 assists, 2+ steals, 2+ blocks, and 0 turnovers in a single game. That's wild. She was in her bag, bro. She made it look surgical at times. Now I know her performance is going to overshadow the Fever's win. No question. Folks are going to be talking about Paige, and rightfully so, because she almost did attempt. She almost ruined everything for Indiana tonight. She was coming for blood, I'm telling you. And I don't know what Caitlin Clark said during that timeout or huddle or whatever, but you can tell somebody lit a fire under the fever. Because it was looking scary for a minute. Paige was out there just dismantling him, but something shifted. Somebody stepped up. They turned the tide just in time and squeaked that one out. So yeah, Paige put on a show, but Indiana held firm just enough to walk out with that W. Barely. Let's talk about what went down possession by possession, because this one was crazy. Hop in the comments and let me know what you think. I'm spinning the block with another one real soon. You do not want to miss it.
Again, Bueckers. Indiana's lost double-digit second-half lead, 3 in the last.
Come on, Paige.
Outed! Bueckers buries the 3.
Bang, bang.
You find a way, baby.
Leave her down. Bow.
Ah, man. I think it's the next step up mentality as far as players. Our shifts keep changing. Everybody doing a different role, and so I think we all got the mentality where you give and you sacrifice, and I think that's what y'all see.